All right. All right, so we're going to continue our journey. We are on Sutra 238 in our translation by Swami Satchidananda. So actually, before I start, I want to go to it's like the foreword, and it's page 15 of the foreword. I referred to this a couple times, and I was like, am I right about this? Let me go look and see what the history is here. So this book was first published in 1978. And I mentioned this before, that these weren't written essays by Swami Satchidananda. The teachings here were given to his students. So this is what it says in the foreword. This book is unique among books on the Yoga Sutras in that it is based on Sri Swami Satchidananda's informal expositions of the sutra at lectures and yoga retreats. It was not written for publication or for any scholarly or intellectual purpose, but it is the recorded conversation of a yoga master to his students in true sutra exposition tradition. It is a dynamic teaching based on the needs of the modern student, expounded by one who lives those teachings. So, I say that because this next sutra has many interpretations depending on, the yogis would say, your stage in life. But I think even the context in which people are learning it. So I'm going to read the sutra and then we'll get into the discussion. The word in Sanskrit is Brahmacharya. By one established in continence, vigor is gained. Brahmacharya is translated as continence. Some translations say that Brahmacharya means celibacy. Not a popular word in our culture. So if we read it that way, by one established in celibacy, vigor is gained. And in this translation, he spends a lot of time talking about semen and guiding us to be mindful and moderate in our use of sexual energy. So, in the context of his teachings, if you've ever seen pictures of Swami Satchidananda, he was a hippie followed by hippies. He lived in an ashram in Virginia. And there's like throngs of young people that would come to listen to his lectures. And so when I read this, I see that in his writing. Like, he's giving teachings to his followers at that time, which were young hippies. It's like, y'all need to put a lid on it, is what he's saying in a lot of this essay, or what would have been a spoken lecture. So I want to focus more on things that might be pertinent to us where we are in our lives. A lot of us are married or have been married. So I'm going to start on page 138 with just some quotes. He says, well, first of all, he says, that doesn't mean you need to completely stay away from sex. Instead, be moderate. Preserve as much energy as possible. Have sex only in the proper way in a marital relationship. So he's giving prescriptive advice to his community. In the next paragraph, he talks about really the history of where this was taught in India. He says the Hindu system has 4 stages in life: Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. So in that worldview, Brahmacharya is actually the first stage of life. And it's usually described as the student phase. So first 20 or so years of your life are dedicated to learning and gaining an understanding of the world. And in that stage, celibacy makes sense, right? You're a young person, you're learning new things. The next stage, grihastha, is actually called the householder stage in English. And in the householder stage, the prescription is not celibacy, right? The Hindus don't say you shouldn't be having children. If you're in the householder stage, your role is to take care of your family, grow a family and take care of it. And so the context is important in terms of the teaching. He goes on to say, continence is a very important part of yoga. And the teachings in here that really resonated for me is that when we're immoderate, our energy, our prana, is scattered. When we're moderate, we can conserve energy and put our attention on the things that are important. So as householders, or even in the next stage, seekers, where does Brahmacharya play a role in our spiritual development? Is really the kind of the question for us to ponder in our learning. And I think in our modern world, this can show up in lots of ways. So immoderate in whether it's food or ingestion of social media, television, maybe even exercise. Some people become addicted to exercise. I think if Swami Satchidananda were talking today, pornography would be part of it. I mean, the access to pornography has changed drastically since he was teaching this, and he probably would have brought that up. That's a loss of energy. So I'm going to invite us into a practice of just our own awareness of where we might be losing energy to something that's immoderate in our own world. Not from a point of view of shaming or critique, but just an awareness of where we're actually losing energy. Because especially as we get older, we want to maintain energy. So are we diluting our prana with any of our actions? And how do we become more continent in managing our energy? So let's sit and practice. Once you've taken your posture, if you like, you can close or even just lower your eyes. Check in with your foundation, your seat, maybe your legs and your feet. Check in with your uprightness. If there's a slouch or a tightness or rigidity, find sort of an easeful, upright position. Create a clear channel for your breath. Notice your breath as it comes in, an opportunity to bring in some prana, some energy. A gentle breath out, releasing energy gently rather than forcefully. Cultivate a sense of steadiness. Not too much, not too little. It's kind of that sweet spot of sukha, ease. Bring to mind a situation or a habit that might be immoderate in your life. A little too much. Bring an awareness to how you feel, maybe not during, but after the immoderate behavior. There might be kind of a physical discomfort that comes with that. A need to move some energy. Get grounded in your body. And maybe you feel your seat or your feet or your legs grounded. this feeling or that feeling? There's an element of playing the tape before you take action. If I have that extra martini or piece of cake, how will I feel tomorrow? If I fill my head with social media, how will I feel later? I think one of the gifts of aging is that we have less tolerance for that feeling, or more memories. And less desire to feel that way. Cultivating a sense of just right, not too much, not too little, not denying yourself, not indulging yourself. Take a fuller breath. Do that again, another kind of a clearing. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Insights, comments, questions? All right, well, I wish you guys a moderate day. Goldilocks day. Not too much, not too little, just right.